Sometimes you're not going to feel so motivated like how I feel right now. I don't feel motivated to do this today, but I'm going to do it anyway. You know, I want to let you know, when you're not feeling motivated, when you don't feel like doing something, you have to do it anyway. Because you never know what kind of results that you're going to get from it. You never know what's going to happen. All right. You may take that day off, and the day that you took off, that was the day that magic could have happened. All right. So whatever it is that you got going on in your life, I don't know what you're into. I don't know if you're into music. I don't know if you're into content creation. Maybe you're into just doing artwork. Maybe you're into just building your business, whatever it is, okay? There are going to be days where you just do not feel like doing it. I mean, it's going to be zero motivation, all right? But even if you just do a little bit, whatever it is, take one step, okay? There's going to be some momentum later, and you're going to be just grateful when you finally make it, when you finally get all of your desires, everything that you desire to have. When you finally have it, you're going to be so grateful that you did do it anyway, even if you didn't feel motivated, okay? Because motivation is one of those things that holds so many people back in this matrix. There are so many traps in this matrix that will stop you from becoming successful. You just have to see through these traps, okay? Everything is an illusion, all right? Everything's an illusion. The only thing that is worth focusing on is your journey. Just stay focused on creating that movie that you're writing right now. You're the main character in your movie. You're the one you're the shot caller, all right? So you have to continue to write that movie every single day. I'm just a character in your movie. That's all I am, okay? And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you allow me to just be a part of your movie, all right? So, because at the end of the day, you're creating a reality no matter what. If you decide to not do anything, you're still creating a reality. All right. Now I want you to think about it like this. Okay. When you dream at night and when you wake up in the morning, you only remember like bits and pieces of your dream. You don't remember the whole dream. That's the same thing right now about your life right now. Okay. Your purpose. You you were born, okay? You don't remember your full purpose, but you remember bits and pieces of it, just like a dream, okay? You have to continue to find your purpose because you were sent here, or you came here to do something, okay? You came here for a purpose, and it is your job to find out what that is, no matter what it is, okay? And if you're a light being, then your purpose is to raise the frequency and the vibration on this planet. Maybe it's feeding the homeless, maybe it's being a humanitarian, maybe it's helping animals, okay? Whatever it is, whatever your purpose is, okay, you have to find it. All right, maybe your purpose is raising your children. Whatever feels good to your soul, whatever feels good to your soul, that's when you know it's your purpose. But like I said, this matrix that we live in, it's going to be so many distractions that you're going to face on a day-to-day basis. And a lot of the times, these distractions are going to be tests disguised as a distraction. All right. You know, People are going to come into your life that are going to try to, bring down your energy and your vibration. People are going to come into your life to try to throw you off your path. You know, Stay focused. Stay focused. Keep believing no matter what. Keep visualizing. Keep knowing that something major is about to happen in your life, okay? But you have to take inspired action at the same time, because you can't win the lottery if you don't go buy the ticket. You can't start the business if you don't start your LLC or your S Corp. Okay, you can't have artwork if you're looking at a blank canvas. You can't have your music out there if you never make the music. That's what I mean. Take the inspired action every single day, because that is what is the reality. That's the reality that you're creating. All right. Every little step, even when you don't feel motivated, do it anyway. Do it anyway. I came out here to this place. I wanted to just felt if I felt anything out here, and I also wanted to show you, all of these like these little. They look like rocks, but they're not. They're like little steel balls, and there are millions. I would say hundreds and hundreds of millions of like steel balls out here. This used to be the steel mill out here, and it's quiet out here. There's no NPCs out here to interrupt the video. There's no other energies out here, no frequency drinkers, none of that, no energy vampires. There's barely any 5G or anything like that out here. This is just out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, I had to walk like about 2 miles to get up in here, right? So I just wanted to come out here just to tell you that, I came out here to just inspire myself to make the video. I was gonna make a video about something else, but it didn't come to me, So I said, you know what, I'm gonna make this video. I'm gonna make this video to tell you to stay motivated, okay? Be your self-motivation, inspire yourself, all right? Continue to watch things, continue to just consume things that are going to just keep you motivated all the time. And even seeing all these signs and synchronicities that you're experiencing right now, that's also motivation from the universe to tell you to keep going. There are going to be a lot of the times where you don't feel like doing something, and all of a sudden you see numbers like 1111, or you see numbers like 222, okay, 333. All of these numbers have meanings when you're going through certain things in your life, and a lot of the times these numbers are going to show you a frequency, or they're going to reveal to you thoughts that you have, okay? Not all repeating numbers are positive. Some of them are revealing the negative side of you that you need to try to correct yourself, okay, that you need to adjust. All right. A lot of the times that's what repeating numbers are going to reveal to you, something that you need to change about yourself, because you're constantly going through a transformation. Things are constantly transforming right now. Okay. So you have to look at it like this. What are you transforming into? You have to, when you visualize the future wealthy version of yourself, and you want to know, how did they get there? How did they become wealthy? Your imagination is going to give you every single detail. The question is, are you willing to make those changes about yourself? Are you willing to change your diet? Are you willing to change your lifestyle? Are you willing to change everything about yourself to become that version of yourself? Because once you make all of those changes, guess who you are? You're that version of yourself. And once you become that version of yourself, reality has it has to give it to you, okay? It cannot say no. Reality has to give you everything that you desire to match that wealthy version of yourself that you have already become, right? So I just wanted to tell you, no matter what's going on in your life right now, you might be going through different circumstances. You might be going through situations in your life that you don't like. Maybe you're between jobs. Maybe you don't, maybe you don't even have it. Maybe, I don't know what's going on in your life right now. Maybe you're in between relationships, okay? But everything is happening for a purpose. It's happening for a reason. And, no matter what, you just have to continue to learn. You have to continue to evolve, continue to become the greatest version of yourself. Because every change that you make about yourself, reality starts changing with it. Okay, reality has to match the version of you that you are right now. It's like the observer effect in quantum physics. What are you observing right now? If you're constantly observing just lack, if you're constantly observing being broke all the time and just not having anything, bills piling up all the time, if you're constantly observing this, and that's the reality in the continuous loop that you're going to live in. That's the reality that you're creating. Okay, in quantum physics and the observer effect, you have to constantly observe the wealthy version of yourself all the time. You have to walk like this version of yourself. You have to talk. You have to feel like this wealthy version of yourself. Because when you start observing that, then you're going to create that reality. Just as simple as that. All right. Like I said, everything is just an illusion. Okay. You don't have to be stuck in a certain situation in your life. You're not stuck there. All right. You have to continue to see through that illusion and just become the wealthiest version of yourself. I don't care how long it takes for you to win a lottery, or to create this business that's going to bring wealth in your life, or this relationship that's going to bring love in your life. I don't care how long it takes. You have to continue to do it no matter what. Like Cynthia Stafford, she said it was 5 years, but I think it was way longer than that. Okay, it was way longer than that. No, I don't care if you don't see any results, all right? It's going to manifest. It's going to manifest right now in the divine timing. And that's right now, because the only time that exists is right now in this present moment. So everything that you're doing right now in this present moment is creating a situation for the next moment, which is coming. it feels like life is like just pictures in time. Like everything, every moment is a picture in time. Like back in the days, how they used to have the film and used to go through there. Every film thing had a different scene on each one. You know, that's how it is. Like life, it's coming. But what are you doing in this part right here that's going to create that in reverse? Okay, because if you run it in reverse, that's the reality that you're creating right now. All right, so you have to ask yourself, you know, what am I doing right now in this present moment? You have to find what your purpose is. This is very, very important, okay? Right now, you have to dig deep, and meditation is one of those ways, it's one of those things that's going to reveal to you. You know, when I started meditating, I focused my meditating on opening up my third eye, my pineal gland. That was the focus of my meditation. And I became a vegan in everything to make this happen. And guess what? It worked. Okay, I started astral traveling. I started seeing so many visions in my mind. I started just traveling different places in the universe, and it was amazing. But when I tried to tell people about it and try to explain to other people, you know, they looked at me like I was crazy, you know. And I remember one time, you know, I used to have this car hauling company, and I was driving in Wisconsin, dropping off some cars, and I used to see this dude in Wisconsin that I always played the lottery there. I seen him all the time, and we used to give each other dap, like, "What's up, bro? What's going on, man?" We used to talk about sports and all kind of things. But this was around the time when I had that spiritual awakening, when I opened my third eye. And then one day, I asked him. I said, "Hey, man, do you get into meditation, man?" And he stepped back. He looked at me so funny. It was weird. The whole energy, I felt it. And he was like, "Nah, I don't do nothing like that, man. That's of the devil, man. My church tell me that you're not supposed to meditate. That's devilish type stuff." And you know, I'm not gonna ever try to force anything. I was like, "Oh yeah, oh okay, it's all good." You know, I just looked at him like that. But from that day on, for me continuing to go there, the relationship has shifted. It had changed. Okay, and I just realized that, you know, there are a lot of things, a lot of things in life that are meant to keep you limited. It's meant to keep you from becoming the greatest version of yourself. You know, all the way from, you know, just different practices and different churches and, you know, different foods that we eat, you know, different TV shows and different music and all the different energies, the people that were around. You know, there's so much programming that's around you all the time that's meant to limit you. And when you want limitless things to happen in your life, you literally have to go search for it. I don't hear anything on the radio or being advertised telling you meditate every day. You know, become the greatest version of yourself every day. I don't see that kind of stuff. You know, when I turn on social media or when I flip on Facebook or whatever it is, all I see is negativity. All I see is the agenda. Let me just put it like that. I see the agenda. And the agenda is to keep you limited. It's to keep you with a ceiling, okay? You're not, they don't want you to soar to be the greatest version of yourself. They want you to stay working, trapped in that rat race. They don't want you to become the greatest version of yourself every day. Even this video right here that I'm making right now, it probably won't even get a drastic amount of views. That's because, you know, when you're dealing with like the algorithm and things like that, you know, it wants to control you. It wants to keep you doing what you've been doing. It's kind of like the mind. The mind wants you to stay in the same place. The mind feels threatened once you try to go, you know, do something different outside your comfort zone. You start getting all this resistance. That's the same thing like the algorithm. When you try to do something different, you know, it's like, what are you doing? Like we want you to stay and do this right there. You know, when you think about like the algorithm and when you think about computers and all that, it's basically built off of us. It's built up the same way how the mind works. That's how everything else around you is working. And the only way that you can break free of any of that is being very, very consistent, doing it, stepping out your comfort zone every single day, no matter what. And all of a sudden, your mind is going to say, okay, I see you like to do different things. I see you like to try different things. Let's try this out, you know. And that's the same thing with the algorithm, okay? Because you have some YouTubers out here that can make videos about anything. And no matter what they make, it just goes far. Like, for instance, like Spiritual Soul Illuminati. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He can make a video about anything, and the algorithm is going to push his videos past hundreds of thousands of views. All right, and that's how it is. You just have to just do what you want to do. And I found myself, I don't care if the algorithm pushes my videos. I don't care about that. I just make a video about what I want to make it about, and it's still, my channel's still going to grow, because at the end of the day, these videos are going to reach who they're meant to reach at the right time. I don't care about the numbers. I don't care about the money. All I care about is the message that I'm delivering. All I care about is who I'm helping. All I care about is the frequency and the vibration that I'm raising every single day. I'm doing my job as a light being, okay? All right? I'm a light worker. That's what I am. I am a soldier in this spiritual warfare that we're in right now, because we are in a spiritual warfare. It may not be a physical warfare that we see, but there is something going on right now in this matrix that we live in. All right. And your job is to wake up, step into your purpose, and be the greatest version of yourself and manifest everything you desire, because you are a multi-dimensional being. Okay. You're not stuck in this 3D. All right. You can travel dimensions right now, especially through meditating. Every time you imagine something, every time you imagine yourself having everything you desire, you're traveling different dimensions. All right. You're multi-dimensional. You came here to experience. You came here to have fun. You came here to create and manifest everything you desire. You didn't come here to live inside of a prison. You didn't come here to be stuck in a loop, living in the same loop every single day. Okay, you came here to expand. You came here to, you know what I'm saying? You came here to do what you want to do. All right, you're multi-dimensional. And like I said, even if you don't feel motivated, do it anyway, because the results are happening. Even if you can't see it happening, it's happening. All right. Now, I know I'm all over the place in this video. I know I am all over the place. Like I said, I didn't feel so motivated today, but I just wanted to get on here and just speak my mind, not about something very specific or anything like that, but just get on here to just do my part, okay, to raise the frequency and raise the vibration. And I try to do a video every single day, because I really appreciate you for even listening to the messages that I deliver on a daily basis. I really, really appreciate you, okay? Now, thank you so much for tuning into Millionaire Mindset, where everything happens in divine time, by divine design, but you are the divine design. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment on this video, and hype this video up. And make sure you just stay motivated no matter what's going on, okay? Stay motivated. Do it anyway. Until the next video, Millionaire Mindset signing off.